Hi folks, and welcome to the Ace Tanker for the SU-76G FT, which according to the information in-game, was a proposed modification of the SU-76 that was exported to the Democratic People's Republic of China and studied by military experts in the early 1950s. About 90 of them were exported, and no prototypes were built. So, so China supposedly imported 90 SU-76s, or did they? Because this, by all means, even though Wargaming says it's modified, this is more of an SU-76 than it is an SU-76M, which is the tank we have in-game. And it's an SU-76 because the roof is still on the crew compartment, whereas it's mainly been removed on the SU-76M, and the rear of the tank is enclosed on this as well, whereas most of the rear of the tank was removed on the SU-76M. Now, the reason I've got questions is, yeah, okay, maybe it's a modification of the SU-76, but the problem is that the SU-76 was an earlier version of the SU-76M, or rather, I should say the SU-76M was an updated version of the SU-76, but the SU-76 was built it began development in 1942, and only 320 of them were built because they were very, very problematic. And very quickly it went back to the drawing board and became the SU-76M. So once again, the information provided by Wargaming creates questions. Did the Chinese receive 90 SU-76s in the 1950s, which were obsolete by 1943? Or did they receive 90 SU-75Ms or 76Ms, which were obsolete by 1945? Although some of the SU-76Ms remained in service up till the 1950s, they were used as training vehicles. But in 1942, the Russians were throwing everything they had at the Germans, and that would have included the earlier versions of the SU-76. So did 90 of a very limited 320 run SU-76 survive until the 1950s to be sold to China? Or did China receive the SU-76M and decide to undo the changes that were made, like adding the roof armor and the rear armor back, and essentially revert the SU-76M back to the SU-76 that was rejected? I have so many questions and I can't really find the answers. Anyhow, whether or not this is the SU-76 or the SU-76M, although it does look more like an SU-76, I might as well go on to talk about the history a little, because I don't think I've talked about the SU-76 on the channel before, and surprisingly, I need to, because the SU-76M was the second most mass-produced tank for Russia, behind the T-34. Design began in November 1942, and Russia decided it needed an infantry support vehicle, and it was going to be armed with the ZIS-3 76mm gun. Now, the tank was designed on the chassis of the T-70 light tank, but it basically needed to be lengthened and had an extra road wheel added in order to accommodate the 76mm. It also had roof armor, not over the entire roof, but over most of the crew compartment and over half of the rear of the tank. It wasn't fully enclosed, and it also had two engines mounted side by side on front, with one engine controlling each track. Now, the tank had problems. The drivers had severe problems trying to control two engines at the same time. And not only that, but the vibrations from the two engines basically worked against each other and caused transmission and power failures. The roof of the crew compartment on the SU-76 basically restricted access to the gun. So essentially the SU-76 was put on a limited production run. Only 320 of them were built in early 1943 before having to be redesigned. It was pulled out and redesigned as the SU-76M. So what happened during the redesign was the roof was basically removed from the tank, giving crew easier access to the gun. The back of the tank was lowered, well, not lowered, but the armor at the back of the tank was reduced further, again giving easier access to the gun. The two engines engines were removed from the side-by-side configuration in the front of the tank, and they were moved to the right-hand side of the tank, and that solved the vibration issues, and then it went back into production as the SU-76M. Now, there were 14,000 of the SU-76Ms built between 1943 and 1945. It ceased production shortly before the end of World War II in 1945, but some remained in service until the 1950s as training vehicles. Now, the crews reportedly liked the tank. Apparently it was reliable, it didn't break down very often, at least the SU-76M didn't break down very often. It was apparently easy to use, the gun was easy to access, and everyone seemed to like it. Except the drivers. The drivers still hated it. Like I said, the earlier SU-76 had engine problems. Drivers had difficulties trying to control the two engines. But even the SU-76M, the drivers hated it because they had just a hard time trying to control two engines at the same time, and that made the tank extremely difficult to drive and steer. So the tank was nicknamed Suka, or Suchka. It was given two nicknames, Suka or Suchka. Now, to avoid the YouTube automatic censor bots, Sutka means B-I-T-C-H, or Suchka means little B-I-T-C-H in English. So I'm not going to say those on out loud. So yeah, censor bots might basically, I don't know if they can spell, but anyway, in game, once again, this tank for the Chinese has a very, very nice range of guns. All three are viable and playable from stock. This is a tank that's playable from stock. So you've got the original stock gun from the Tier 2. Now that has 76, it is a 57mm, that's what it is, with 115 pen and 85 damage. So the pen is good and the damage is okay. So it's usable on this tank, but you will have already unlocked the 76mm from the Tier 3, or sorry, the Tier 3, is it? Yes. You would have already unlocked the 76mm from the Tier 3, which had 85mm of pen and 115 damage, so that's the gun I'm using here. And then you have the final gun, which I'm not using here because I don't have it unlocked yet, and that is a 85mm with 128 pen and 160 damage. So yeah, basically this is the first game in the tank, and it's the first game after I aced the Tier 3. So I aced the MG3 FT, and then I basically sold it and bought this tank, moved the crew into it. So I retrained the crew for gold, so I do have a 100% crew, no skills, but 100% crew, so thank you guys for your gold donations. I'm gonna make a video about that shortly. So you guys are awesome. 100% crew, but no skills, no sixth sense, and it's completely stock. Other than the gun, which is the second gun I'd unlocked on the Tier 3, it's stock. I've got the stock tracks, I've got the stock engine, and I've got the second gun, don't have the final gun. So I can't really talk about this tank. As soon as I ace it as a fully upgraded tank, I'll bring you another video and talk more about the tank. But essentially, it's got a good choice of guns. It is surprisingly fast in a straight line, even with the stock engine. It supposedly accelerates very well, although I don't have the final engine. And because of this, weird roof, no roof, closed crew compartment compared to the Russian tanks, it can actually use vents. It's got supposedly a good camo rating, although I don't know because I don't have a camo crew in here, and it's got fairly decent health for a Tier 4 TD at 280 health. The negatives, because it does have negatives, is the armor is garbage. You've only got 25mm of armor on front, 15 on the side and 10 on the rear, so that everything can pen you. It's got horrible gun depression at just 5 degrees of gun depression, so you're not going to be using this on hills or ridges very well, but other than that, it seems to be okay. The acceleration, top speed seem to be alright. Now essentially comparing it to the Tier 4 Russian TD, which is the SU-85B, really the tank accelerates better, it's more maneuverable, but the gun handling is worse, and that's pretty much it between the two tanks. So this is a far more difficult tank to use as a sniper compared to the Russian tank in-game, but it's faster, so it can get in and out of positions quicker. So yeah, as I say, I'll bring you a game when I fully upgrade it. As I say, this is my first game of the tank, so stock engine, stock tracks, and only the second gun, but I do have 100% crew, and yeah, I don't really know much about the tank other than that. So as soon as I unlock the final tank and everything on it, then I will ace it again, bring you another video as a bonus, and then talk about how I think the tank handles. But yeah, I'm going to, maybe if I've got time at the end of this video, add in another replay of some, not one of mine, but one of yours, the one of you guys sent in to me. I might add in another replay at the end of this video just to show you this tank in action as a fully upgraded tank. But when I went into this video today, I thought, you know, okay, it's a fantasy tank, I'm not going to have much to talk about, and then I ended up, you know, it's me, I ended up finding lots and lots of things to talk about. So yeah, the introduction is a heck of a lot longer than I was expecting, but you can see we've just moved up into the usual TD position. I'm in an all tier 4 game. Everyone is tier 4 in this game, and you can see the accuracy as a sniper is not great for bouncing, and we do manage to pick up a kill. So yeah, I'm using the gun with less penetration but more alpha here, so I picked up the first kill of the game. All tier 4 game here on Malinovka, so nice test for the tank, although it is stock. So yeah, you can see the lack of gun depression here. I'm trying to work this 5 degrees, moving back and forward, get a nice shot into the side of the B1, and I've got no sixth sense, so I don't know if I'm being spotted, don't know if I'm going to take a hit. The only time I know I'm spotted is if someone shoots me. Okay, Grant, and we track the Grant, but fail to pen him. And this is where, yeah, the accuracy and the penetration are starting to hurt. So this is a tank. I need 5,000 XP to get the final gun. So that's something I'm working on. In fact, I think I may have unlocked the final gun last play session, but I haven't used it yet. So anyway, we're just moving up here, just putting shots in again, not knowing whether or not I'm spotted. And nice shot into the Grant there at distance, even though the gun is letting me down at distance. And that's another hit into the Grant. Grant dies. Okay, so we're up to 625 damage done. We haven't lost a single tank yet. The score is 3-0. And I figure, you know, enemy team all seem to be either hiding or they've gone down to the J line to camp in the buildings, because nothing's been spotted and not very much has gone up the hill. So I figure I'm going to be a little bit more aggressive here. Going to advance forward, and yeah, I should say there's another player on this team in a Panzer 38 NA, so Captain Luca. Captain Luca and I, as you're going to see, work really well together, and as you can see, he's patrolling the B line. He's trying to get spots below the cliff, and I'm just trying to shoot. So but Captain Luca ends up doing a heck of a lot of spotting damage for me. Good player in the Panzer 38 NA. And there we go, no sixth sense, and I just got hit by a Marder 38T. So okay, there we go. I'm down to 171 health, so just trying to get shots and got a little bit cheeky. Didn't advance. My view range doesn't seem to be amazing, but yeah, I think it's the view range is based on the Russian tank. I don't know, view range doesn't seem to be very good. So we're just going to move up. Valentine is spotted, and once again, look at the Panzer 38 NA. He's moving forward to spot tanks. And there's that bugger, but he's moving, so let's go. Oh, I've got nothing on the Valentine, so let's see if we can get a couple of shots into the Marder 38. Yeah, okay, shell velocity, aim time, not good. Accuracy, not that good. So yeah, I've got to look forward to getting the final gun on this, although its gun handling is supposed to be worse than it is on the Russian tank. So swing around once again. This is kind of dangerous because I'm exposed, but even though I'm complaining about the gun, we managed to sneak a shot into another 38T down there. Yeah, so the Panzer 38 NA, he's doing some great spots. He's moving forward. We've got a lot of TDs camping on the C line. So I'm advanced to try and take advantage of what he's spotting. So yeah, camo rating's supposed to be quite good, but more difficult to use when you don't have a sixth sense. So Stuart has moved up, not getting any shots. Oh, and I've just spotted an M8A1, so we'll swing around. That was my spot. And let's see if we can get a couple of shots in here. Okay, nice shot, set him on fire. Oh, he's got an automatic fire extinguisher. Holy cow. Automatic fire extinguisher on a tier 4. Alright, that was unexpected, but okay, get a little bit of assistance damage. Who got taken out? Panzer 38 NA, once again, Captain Luca takes out the M8A1. So, yeah, it's okay, score is 8-11. So we're losing. We went from a very, very good position into a losing position. Now there are only 3 tanks left on the enemy team. And the Lux is going uphill. So yeah, I'm just speculating here that he might poke his turret up at some point. But maybe I shouldn't be firing. But yeah, he's gone uphill. It's going to be really, really hard to find him. So we've got an M3 Lee. We've got the Panzer 38 NA, and we've got myself, and we're up against a lot of enemy tanks, although the 38 NA takes out the Stuart. I take out another Stuart, and okay, and there's another Stuart on the hill. He exposed himself, but the shell velocity let me down there. Oh, and there I just get shot. The Marder 38T that I last saw retreating towards enemy spawn has now returned, so he's now sitting in the same bush he was in last time round. He's retreated. I'm down to 62 health now, so yeah, no sixth sense, pain in the butt, but okay, 3 of us. We've evened up the score slightly, 3 versus 5, but I'm a one-hit kill, and I decide, you know what, I'm just going to get out of here. Yeah, I don't really want to expose my tank. Do I go back? Yeah, I'm being indecisive here. I'm figuring that maybe I should retreat back to maybe C5, C6, but there's still enemy tanks back there. Thankfully our team took out the Lux. Captain Luke is up to 5 kills, I'm on 2 kills, and I don't want to advance up this hill because the Marder 38T is behind me, so yeah, okay, not going to get any shots here. Oh, that player's name is Jeju 2017. Alright, so that must be a Korean player. Jeju is a holiday island, holiday destination off the south coast of Korea. Been there, it's nice, very, very nice. Reminds me of Ireland. So that must be a Korean player. Ah, okay, didn't realize that when I was playing the game. Alright, but I'm just waffling. Anyway, moving on. Alright. We finally do decide to move back because I figure that maybe there's a chance we're being flanked. I want to get distance between myself and enemy tanks anyway because I don't have sixth sense. And am I going to nick the M8A1? Yeah, or M5A1? Yes, we nicked the kill. So I nicked the Top Gun from the Panzer 38 NA. And alright. I didn't realize I'd nicked the Top Gun at the time, but Captain Luke is on 5 kills, I'm on 3 kills, it's just 2 of us. And now I'm going for a couple of blind shots into the bushes because basically we're still losing, although it's much closer, it's 12-13. I'm just got plenty of ammunition, I'm just going for some blind shots down amongst the bushes where I got shot from. And with a bit of luck, maybe I was hoping for a snapshot, maybe I'd get a kill or something, blind kill, but no luck. Alrighty. And maybe I shouldn't be firing because I'm reducing my camo rating when I do, but I don't know. They've got RT and they've got 2 TDs, so their view range isn't going to be very good either. So I figured maybe it's safe enough to shoot, but as you can see, the Panzer 38 NA is now on another scouting run, so I'm going for another couple of shots. And you know, even if I'm not hitting these guys or I'm just hitting them near them, they're keeping their heads down. At least that's my theory. But 38 NA is moving in to try and get spots, and he's within my render range, so I should be able to see what he's spotting, unless they're down on the K line. So I'm not inclined to move forward, because I should... Oh, and there we go, he's outside of my render range. Yeah, okay, I wasn't inclined to move down, but it looks as if one of those tanks is down on the K line. So I'm going to have to advance if I want to get shots at the SAV. But it's the Marder 38T that I'm kind of trying to shoot. So we go for a couple more blind shots where the 38T is. I figure maybe he spotted the PZNA. But he's retreating. Okay. So he's figured that he's not going to go there. He is going to fall back. So the 38 NA is doing a good job. He's trying to scout, but he's not spotting the 38T, which is the tank I want him to spot. So I'm going to move up so that I get within render range of the SAV, and the Panzer 38 NA is now trying to approach from a different direction. And now he's moving into where the Marder 38T was last spotted. And this is where I'm expecting to get spots. So, as I say, I don't want to die. I'm a one-hit kill to pretty much every tank now, including RT because I've got no armor. So we set up here. 38 NA still on full health, so that is one bonus. And there we go, there's the mortar. And my accuracy at distance, as I say, it's not the most accurate TD, but we do get one shot into the 38T. We get another shot in, and the 38 NA takes him out. So Captain Luca gets his top gun, I get more damage done. He gets some assistance damage as well, so we're working well. 2 versus 2 now. He did take a hit. Don't know who shot him, maybe it was the Marder 38T, but I'm advancing, and as I say, the camo rating on this is supposed to be quite good, so I reckon I'm fairly safe if the SAV is hiding behind the buildings to advance. He shouldn't spot me till at least I open fire at these bushes. But 38 NA is moving in again. He's moving into where RT is probably hiding, so we're just going to set up here, and I'm waiting for the SAV, or I'm waiting for an RT spot, and there's the SAV, there's RT. Don't have much to shoot at, and once again, first shot absolutely awful. But we take him out for kill number 4, so that's 10 kills between us, and unfortunately I've got platooning turned off, so I don't know whether or not he was sending me platoon invites, but we get one shot into the SAV, get another shot into the SAV, taking him out for kill number 5. So good game between Captain Luca and myself. So SU-76G FT, it's hard to judge this tank because it's not fully upgraded. I can't really judge its mobility because it had the stock tracks, the stock engine, and I can't really judge the gun, even though I was very disappointed at it at long range. I think the gun isn't a very good sniper, but it isn't the final gun either, so I'll reserve judgment till another video. But first game in the tank, and it was an ace. We also picked up high caliber. The Captain Luca did an amazing job in the Panzerkampfwagen 38. He did a really good job. So he finished top on XP with 1276. Easy ace for him. He picked up a shed load of medals and everything else. And then I did a fairly reasonable job, 966 XP to come second, but still picked up the ace, picked up fire for effect, bruiser, caliber, a couple of other bits and pieces. So yeah. Thank you very much, and I'm sorry I didn't have platoons turned on, but I don't know if he was sending me invites or something, but yeah, if you ever get around to watching this, Captain Luca, good game, dude. So we fired 41, and we only managed to hit less than half of 19. Now, I did fire a lot of blind shots, but yeah, they gun at distance, you could see sniping in it. It's not great, but I've got to reserve judgment till I get the final one. So we only managed to spot 1, we damaged 10 enemy tanks, destroyed 5 to 232 assistance damage, and finished up with 23,000 credits, which isn't too shabby considering I fired 41 shots and the ammo resupply only came to 2,296, so ammo seems to be very cheap. First game of the day times 2, and yeah, that's basically yeah, first game in the tank ever. So I'm going to get around to playing this. I think I've played 2 more games in it since. I think I've unlocked the final gun. In fact, my very next game in this tank, I actually got 8 kills, and it wasn't an ace, it was a first class. So yeah, alrighty. So I think that this game was enough for me to upgrade the tracks, and it was enough to upgrade the engine. So the next game I was still using the stock, or the second gun, and I picked up 8 kills and it wasn't an ace. So it was an exciting game, much more exciting than this one, but it wasn't an ace. So anyway, as soon as I ace it with the final gun, I'll give you a final report or a bonus video. But as I say, in the meantime, if there's room in this video, I'm going to put in a replay that one of you guys sent in. Now, if there isn't room, maybe the video gets too big and then it gets corrupted, I'll put it out as a second video tonight. So anyway, you're going to get to see the SU-76G FT in action, fully upgraded, whether or not it's right now or whether or not it's in another video. So thanks for watching. I'll see you next time. So this is iRush. Oh, we'll speed this down. Okay, this is iRush in his SU-76G FT, which is fully upgraded, although not camoed up. But we can see that it has the final gun, 128mm, 160 damage, some more alpha and more pen than the gun I was using. And we are here on El Haloof, and he is just going to be advancing. So as you can see, the mobility, acceleration is very good, gets to his top speed of 45, and he's keeping slightly ahead of the tier 3 beside him, the M3 GFT. So with only 5 degrees of gun depression, yeah, he's going to be moving into an area. Oh, maybe not. Okay, he's got shots in the distance. Oh, the aim time looks awful. Aim time looks awful. Okay, final gun's aim time may not be good. Okay. Oh, and the shell velocity is a little bit lacking as well. So yeah, by the reports I've read, the final gun, when this tank is fully upgraded, it's faster and maybe a little bit more mobile than the SU-70 or SU-85B, Tier 4 for the Russians, but it's definitely worse at sniping, so gonna let him down, but I'm kind of surprised he's moving up here. 25mm of frontal armor and only 5 degrees of gun depression, but doesn't look as if the enemy team are advancing very, very quickly. And this is a very, very hard position to use a tank that A, has no gun depression, but B, has a fixed turret. And you can see there, having to swing around and no gun depression, couldn't get a shot in on the looks, but he's being aggressive in his TD. He's not sitting on the red line or sitting at the back, and that's the way I like TDs to be played. So he's got teammates moving in. Does he see his opportunity? Maybe? Yeah, okay, he's tempted. And that lack of gun depression caused him to miss a shot in the looks. Okay, and okay, alright, nice shot on the MG3 FT, doing full damage, 160, and now a Panzer II has arrived, and the looks is still alive, but okay, I think he shot the looks. He could have rammed him to death, but this is not a very heavy tank, so he's in a little bit of trouble here, but his Alpha allows him to take out the Panzer II, moving in on the 38. AMX 38 takes one shot in. Ram. Nope, shoots him just before he rams again. Now there's a tank behind him. Oh, this is hectic. But he's playing aggressively, manages to bounce the 38T. Doesn't bounce that one. Swings around and puts a shot in. Doesn't kill him. But, okay, he's losing a lot of health here, but he's got the rate of fire, takes him out. And he's down to 99 health after that exchange, but he's up to 5 kills. And he's still watching this corner, so you can see the difficulty. The traverse on this gun isn't too bad, as you can see here, but the lack of gun depression, lack of frontal armor can cause problems. So, but 5 kills already, and the scores are even at 9-9. He's playing it aggressively, which I like. Maybe a little bit too aggressively. Maybe got a little bit lucky, but you know, you can see what this gun does for this tank. The higher alpha, the higher pen. So yeah, I do think it's not really a sniper, it's more of a support tank. You can snipe with it, it's just not very good at sniping, whereas I think maybe if you play it as support, have other tanks around you, like iRush is doing here. He lives up to his name, by the way. He lives up to his name. That was a very, very aggressive rush. But moving forward, his team are now losing 11-12. They've just lost another couple of tanks, and alright, what's left on the enemy team? We've got 2 TDs and RT. The RT's around the corner. RT misses, puts one shot in. He gets finished off by the M2 medium. So MG3 is on the other flank. Still two tanks missing. 2 tanks that haven't been spotted. So iRush is looking for his 6th kill. Alrighty. Distance, shots at distance. Oh, blind shot before being fully aimed. Okay, so Stewart is spotting the MG3, but he gets into cover. So yeah, top tier in a match with, what was it, 5 tier 4s and everyone else tier 3. This thing can be played a little bit more aggressively. Oh, the M8A1's down there too. So needs to move up 2 of the enemy tanks. Still 1 tank missing, but you can see the lack of gun depression here. Trying to get his gun down. Oh, long aim time. Misses the M8A1 because shell velocity doesn't seem to be very good. Needs to help. Oh, he hits, but 0 damage. That was unlucky, and the M3 Stewart goes down. Another shot in. Tracks for 0 damage. Oh, he's getting so unlucky here. But he's got him tracked, finally manages to hit a stationary target. Is he going to go for a blind shot? He is, takes out the M801. That's a very, very important kill. In the meantime, the Volkswagen M40L that was hasn't been spotted up till now. So 2 versus 2. No, now it's 1 versus 2. So Stridswagen is advancing. Nice shot in, takes off most of his health, 61 health left. So it's possible iRush could maybe take a hit here, but yeah, he's being aggressive, he's advancing. Don't know if I'd advance head on, maybe I would have tried to oh, he is, he's going around the other side. He went one direction, went around the other direction, changed direction, switched direction. Ostridsvagen's coming for him, turns around. Oh, this gun depression might hurt. Yeah, the gun depression is hurting. And he takes a hit. He takes a hit. Oh, he's down to 20 health now, but he puts him out of his misery. So, okay, alright, 7 kills, 7 kills. So what's he going to do now? The M3G FT was spotted on the other side of the map. Quite a fast tank. So he's going to cap. He's going for the safer option. He's going to cap. He's going to set up here. He's on 7 kills. I'm wondering, is he going to get kill number 8 or is he going to cap out? So he's putting pressure on the cap. Didn't need to cap before now. So the M3 knows where he is. And it's just a matter of which direction the M3 is coming from. So it looks as if iRush has got 2 of the avenues covered. And he's just going to wait here. I'm going to speed it up actually. Speed it up to ×2 because still a minute of this cap to go. Yeah, so yeah, this is a far more exciting game than mine. I played mine far more traditionally, but this was just hit the W key, drive forward, and kill everything. It's resulted. Oh, there we go. Oh, he misses the first shot. Oh, this is disaster. But the M3 doesn't have very good shell velocity, or doesn't have very good gun depression, doesn't have very good accuracy when firing not fully aimed, and that allows iRush, even though he missed his own first shot, to take out the M3 for his 8th kill and secure the game. So most of the cap and 8 kills in a tank played very, very aggressively. So, judging by the replay description, I think that iRush has me confused with another YouTuber. I don't know who this is, never heard of him. But anyway, iRush picked up an ace for that game, not surprisingly. High caliber, top gun, finished top on XP with 1080, 1555 damage done, and 8 kills. 24 shots fired, hit 16, and most of those shots were at close range. You can see that when he was trying to snipe with this gun, it wasn't as accurate. So that's something that the final gun is probably going to disappoint me about on the tank. He received 6 hits and only managed to bounce 1, so this tank has absolutely no armor, even fully upgraded, but it does seem to be fast and mobile. So damage 9, destroyed 8, did 8 assistance damage, 84 base cap points, and finished up with 11,000 credits on a standard account. Would have been 20,000 with a premium account. Wasn't his first game of the day, and he was using a personal reserves bonus, so okay, that's nice for you. Yeah, so iRush showing you this tank in action, fully upgraded, as opposed to my ace, which was my first game in the tank, and it was still pretty much stock, using the tier 3 gun with the stock tracks and stock engine. That was it. Anyway, as I say, when I get around to playing this tank fully upgraded, when I ace it again, I will bring you another video and let you know what I think about it. But I think I get an idea from this replay. The gun depression is going to suck, the armor is going to suck, and the gun is not very accurate when you're sniping with it, but the speed and mobility allow you to play it a little bit more aggressively. Essentially, that's what I'm going to get out of the tank, I think, but I'll let you know as soon as I fully upgrade it and get around to acing it again. So thank you guys for watching. I'll see you next time.